What kind of stories did you like? Um, there was one about an imprisoned girl. Uh, tell it to me. Will you? Once there was a girl, and she was locked away in a mansion deep in the forest. A mansion with only one window. But the window sat high upon the wall, far beyond her reach. So, it was always very dark inside, unlike the mansion. However, the girl did not like the outside world. There were lots of scary things out there, after all. Though she may have been all alone in the mansion, she grew comfortable with the darkness in time, so she had nothing to be afraid of. And then, am I doing a good job? You're doing fine. Keep going. What happens next? Okay. And then the girl grew up. By then, she had already forgotten why she was locked up, but she was content with the darkness. However, her eyes couldn't help but to be drawn to the light, little bit that spoiled through one window. Though she was comfortable in the darkness, the sight of the light made her heart race. At first, the girl thought it was because she found it unpleasant, because she disliked the light and the outside, but slowly she came to realize that she was curious about the outside world. What could be happening out there? Birds? Shitting on my car? Can I shoot them? For all she knew, the town of the forest, the people, all of it, could have changed while she was imprisoned in the mansion. But she had no way of finding out. Except for the ravens. So the girl decided to write letters and throw them out the window. What began as empty grasping became routine, continuing for several months until she was finally ready to give up. But then, a beautiful white dove flew in through the window. Beep-beep. Tied to the dove's leg was a letter. Her heart racing, she read the words contained within. It seemed to have been written by a man. The letter contained numerous questions for the girl. It also said that if she attached her reply to the dove, it would bring her letter back to him. She was astonished, but she wrote him back anyway, taking care not to mention where she was. After having exchanged letters numbers of times, the two felt very close to one another, as though they had known each other for many years, despite having never met. And eventually, the man said he wanted to meet her? Indeed. The girl was unsure what to do. Should she tell him of how she lived? Should she reveal where she spent her days? She was afraid that if she did, he would cease to send her letters. She was sure he believed her to be a young lady of noble blood, and not a girl locked away in a house, deep in a forest. The girl could not bring herself to write a response. She released the dove through the window, with nothing attached to its leg. And yet, it returned with another letter, written in the man's familiar hand. "You must surely have a grave reason for your silence," it said. "I would like to know that reason, and I would like to help you, no matter what it may be. You have my word." She deliberated. You see, though his letter were kind, she did not know this man. He was from the outside world. He would still treat her the same way when he met her, right? And did she even want to step out into the world beyond? What do you think she did? I wrote a letter and agreed to meet him. Of course. Yes, she did. The girl made up her mind. She would write a letter. As always, when she tied it to the dove's leg, it flew out the window. And for some time after that, she received no response from the man. This saddened her, but she thought it was for the best. She belonged in her own confined world, her world of darkness. But then, one day, light shone into the mansion. The sealed door had been opened, and in the doorway stood a handsome young man. "I have come for you," he said. The man was a prince from a neighboring kingdom. When the girl stepped outside, before her sat a magnificent carriage, the likes of which she had never seen before, accompanied by many servants. The prince, kind as in the letters, swore his love to her, and the two lived happily ever after.